Hey folks, welcome back to Danganronpa 2. It's been a while since I've played this, and we're diving into the Chapter 3 trial. And before we begin anything, I'm pretty sure I know who did it. Legitimately, if this game throws me a curveball and it's not Mikan, I will be very impressed. But they have to really convince me that it wasn't her. Because in watching a couple other playthroughs of the kind of investigation and just general Chapter 3 stuff again, I'm 99% sure that it's Mikan. How I think she did it is, she came to get us when Nagito showed improvement. Hey, come see, he's better now. I'm gonna go rest. But she's already set up Ibuki hanging, because we don't know when she died because of the temperature. She's already set up the scene. She had to kill Hiyoko because Hiyoko went to tie her kimono, and she just had to kill her. She cleaned up the scene. But yeah, so I think she smashed the camera in the music hall, went to grab a whole new set that up in the hospital. And after she said, I'm gonna go rest now, she went up to the conference room and staged her whole, hanging video that she sent to us, because she specifically told us, go wait in the lobby for now. Go straight to the lobby, go there. So that we would see it and think, oh, that's the music venue, I gotta go. Cleaned up most of the stuff in there, and then came to run to get us and say, I don't know where Ibuki is. So I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. So it's just a matter of getting through the trial and seeing if we get there. So like I said, if we get someone else who's the murderer, I'm going to be very impressed.
During the class trial, if you vote
All right,
correctly,
we know this.
then only I'll punish everyone beside. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already.
Me. How does the mix sound? How's the audio sound when they're talking and everything?
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Do you, Mikan?
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
I mean, that's fair.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Also, my 1% long shot dark horse is still Kazuichi, just because he would have been intimately familiar with the music venue by then. He knows the schedule better than anybody of when they're gonna call. He wouldn't call if he wanted to set up a scene. He could. So there's still a very small chance it was him, but like I said, very long shot at this point.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
I was crying the whole time.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Whoa.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Oh, she's not even arguing with him. She's like, yeah.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Well, fair. She's like, I may be a dumb bitch, but...
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
Alright, so, and plus, Nekomaru isn't even here. This is gonna be an even smaller, more intimate trial then, huh?
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Got it, will do.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
Oh god, this is like ancient history at this point.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundham, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Also, I need to create a poll in this stream. Are they going to say the name Titty Typhoon? And if so, how many times? I need to hear voice actors say the words Titty Typhoon. Because I feel like up until now, they've pretty much just referred to it as the music venue. But I need to hear somebody say it. Preferably Gundam, but, anybody will be fine.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms.
Do you want to tell them how she woke you up, Hajime? Would you like to go into detail on that?
We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was...
Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. I'm just gonna glaze right over that.
a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head. climbing a stepladder.
So I'm pretty sure this happened up in the conference room, because we know there was a black curtain over the window.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story. And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being
No!
recorded. The
Say
music
it!
venue.
Say it! And what's the name of the music venue, Hajime?
But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Also, because we know that there was wallpaper with like the posters on it that we see kind of over here area, I'm pretty sure Hiyoko was already tied up there, and that for whatever reason, the culprit went through and like tore down the wallpaper real quick before sealing the door. I think the drumstick was bait for us. I think it was just a complete red herring. I think it was already broken and on the floor next to it. It was the glue, the sealant on the door, which is how it could have been locked from the outside.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
And that's where he ran into me.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue.
Titty
And
Typhoon.
unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess Gundam. You ran into Gundam, but he didn't really come.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital.
Did you trip on the way?
Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I fled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
What do you mean in various ways? What, do you want to go into more detail with that, Mikan?
Various ways?
Thanks, Kazuichi.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag.
Turns out she was.
So I immediately led them to the music venue.
Titty Typhoon. Say it!
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's.
Fuyuhiko sounds really serious here. Like, this is the first time we've heard like any like long-term voice acting from him since the last trial, where he was just kind of really pissed and angry the whole time. Whereas now he just sounds like sad. I mean, I know this is finally the first time. By the way, free time chapter 4, Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko, I gotta hang out with this boy.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
Because I also feel like after the... I know that they were talking about like, oh, Hiyoko was killed just as she was starting to get development. I have a feeling that Fuyuhiko might be safe for the whole rest of the game. And if he dies, I'm going to be shocked. So I think he's a safe lock to get another like full circle kind of relationship tree kind of thing going on. And plus I haven't had a chance to even hang out with him really. So I feel like I really need to this next chapter.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
Also, I'm so glad that these trials are fully voice acted so I don't have to do Mikan's after so long. Plus, you know, if she is guilty, I don't ever have to do her voice again.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Ooh. Yeah, it's always interesting. You as the player character never really get suspected, so having to start this trial on the back foot might be fun.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Yep.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Yep.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Directed by Michael Moore.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Not showing in the movie theater, by the way.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I mean, I get it from Nagito's point of view. It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. He's doing his job right now. He is trying to figure out who the murderer is. Damn it. I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble right now thanks to that. I'm honestly on Nagito's side. Alright. Key. Scrap of thick paper. Invitation ticket might be interesting.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If
Wait.
Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
Oh, hey, I
think
got an
can
achievement.
deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie
Aha!
means it probably is Hajime's fault.
I'm a witch! No, I got it. Imitating the movie. That's easy.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
How do I...
Hajime's testimony, and the fact that Ibuki.
That would also...
I don't think I can. After all, Hajime.
Why would Hajime?
Well, obviously because he's the...
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably
Damn it,
is
dude.
Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony...
Hajime's, and the fact that Ibuki.
Also, I thought I had
also
the skill from Gundam to make my
I don't think I can
silencer
deny
stronger.
that. After all, Hajime's the only.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I thought, did I really not set my skills correctly?
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Because I thought I had the Gundam skill that let my bullets be stronger. I guess I can't check here. Oh
Of
well.
course you're not. I already knew that.
Damn it, Nagito.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
All right, now I'm anti-Nagito.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Well, at least he was setting me up nicely to get out of this, so at least thanks for that.
Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course.
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
Okay.
It also provides a good warm-up.
Yeah, just like I was saying, an easy out, right? Thanks, Nagito.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Listen, I haven't played this game in like 2 weeks, and it's been about a month since the murder happened, so I need it. Thanks.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
He says, looking right at the camera.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
As far as we know, but except that wasn't Ibuki in the video.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
Well, what about Hiyoko then?
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
Jumpy.
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty
Well, there's
clear
one
what
idea
the
in your
problem
head.
with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
No, we don't know
All
when.
we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
Also, hi Gundam, I missed you. It's been a while.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
Correct.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
I have so many pieces of evidence.
What do you mean, a closed room?
I have so many pieces of evidence that could potentially be
The
next.
killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, That door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Come on, somebody say Titty Typhoon, please.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
One of my initial theories is that Ibuki wasn't dead at first, and she climbed down, like, and hung up Hiyoko's body, and then went up and, like, hung herself.
They were?
Nope.
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Nah, this is debate. All right, it's like, it's ticked down to like from 1% to like 0.5% for Kazuichi because he's being one of the first ones to be accused.
Me too?
What the hell? Why is it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundham met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
Yeah.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Oh yeah, I literally forgot about him. I know I mentioned him earlier, but I completely forgot he even existed.
Me too!
Was that him trying to do a Nekomaru voice?
Hey, why are you talking like, huh?
That took me out for a second.
You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
No, it was a good one. Monokuma, continue, please.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? All right, green goo, green goo. That's what's gonna be next, I bet. Semi-transparent blob. Or glob. Oh my glob? Oh my grod?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
That might be it.
they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Fools.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Sonia's delivery is so good. Oh, that's how it ended. Okay.
The killer was still inside
It's
the
pretty
music
early
venue.
here. I think it's like
By
next.
locking the door from the inside.
Piss. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Wait a second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Yep.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
And Chiaki says, it tasted terrible.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
Yes, that was the taste. It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably gummy.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
I like that she has like the chewing face on there, like she had when she had it in her mouth.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Fuyuhiko's like, you fucking ate it, you fucking weirdo.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
No, you huff it.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Yep.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
Jebaited.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
No, it's from Ibuki's show. Didn't you hear how wild it was? Somebody broke a stick there.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Idiot.
Apologize to Miss Sonia.
In a quarrel,
Oh, whoops.
both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Hold on, I missed Kazuichi's line. Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time. Oh, damn, that was a good line.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Nope, they did that before.
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Oh, look at you trying to deflect blame off of yourself.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Yep. Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yeah, Monami is a filthy centrist. I like Andrew Cuomo for mayor of New York City.
Just revealed?
Zoran Mamdani. He's far too left for me.
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to figure out... Oh no, is it fucking Hangman's Gambit time? Fuck. Wallpaper. W-A-L-L-P-A-P-E-R. Alright, hold on. What's the controls? It's wallpaper. It's wallpaper. It's fucking wallpaper. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, move cursor, mouse. What do you know? I just need to... Alright, catch and release is right mouse button. Left mouse button is destroy. Letter explosion. Okay, send to keyword. Okay. W. W. A. L. I need L's. R. Is that a fucking world record for fucking Hangman's Gambit? Let's fucking go.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the
Easy
music
money.
venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
I made you mad that I did so flawlessly. Thank you. I aim to please. Or rather, I aim to make people upset, I guess?
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper,
I do love that for all the Hangman's Gambits, it's just like Hajime staring off into space, like mouth agape, just like trying to figure things out. Whereas this one, he was fucking on it. He's like, wallpaper, immediately. Boom.
see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper,
Shut up,
you can figure this out easily.
dumbass. That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it... Oh, am I about to surf now? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. All right, let's give this a try. Wait, no, I figured it out too quickly. Time to imagine myself being fucking cool. All right. This one I feel like should be easier. Except I forgot how to do it. It's my mouse, right? Oh, how do I jump? Okay, I got it. Whoa! 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 Jump! Holy shit. Oh, fuck. All right, build up speed, build up speed. All right, question 1. Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Nice. Take it. Whoa! 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 Alright, question 2. Where the killer used to hide her body? The wallpaper. No, the curtain comes later. Alright. I love how I fucked this up so bad in the last trial, and now it's just like, I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking have this trial on lock. Whoa! 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 Question 3. How'd the killer hide her body? They covered the pillar. That's exactly what I said. Or exactly what my theory was before. Whoa! Yay, we did it.
It's all coming together.
Now that took a little longer than the Hangman's Gambit.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
Yep.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
Not when they killed her yesterday.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
No, Gundham. Lock in, man.
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
'Cause you thought Ibuki was the hottest, didn't you?
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Oh god. The last case was just nothing but tool references. Now do I have to start making perfect circle references? They both have Maynard James Keenan in them, don't they?
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
Hey, Luca, welcome. You haven't missed much. Welcome to the
That's
stream.
how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
We're titty time. Nobody said it. I don't think anybody's gonna say it this whole trial.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
Fatal mistake.
The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
I just want to give a shout out to Mikan's delivery of the word risky. It was great.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, also, Luca, you missed a perfect fucking Hangman's Gambit. I speed ran that shit
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
yesterday.
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
Okay.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Why did you name it after me?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Wait. He said mothballs, but it says moss balls here in the the transcription. Is that an error? Moss? What even is a moss ball? Moss like forms in like sheets on surfaces, right?
I don't eat moss balls. I just enjoy looking at them.
But she's all right. Monokuma said mothballs, but she said moss balls. What the fuck is happening here?
I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
You can grow moss balls. They're all the rage for... Oh, really? I didn't know that. I've literally never heard of moss balls before. Danganronpa taught me something.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
So I was wondering about this. Is the execution going to be Dr. Killgood coming in, assuming it is Mikan who did the murder? Is Dr. Killgood gonna like chop her up into pieces and lose his license due to medical malpractice?
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Just to imitate his own movie.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. Because they like movies. To mix up the killing order, right?
I see.
Yep.
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Yep.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
She was fresh.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
What? That's such a weird line from Gundam. Am I about to have to debate him in the nonstop DDR minigame?
I'm not even crying.
Yeah, that's so weird. Why would you say that, buddy?
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Why are you on one, Gundam?
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying.
She's
right?
like, listen here, you dumb son of a bitch.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Gundam stonks are falling really fast.
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed.
That's right, I forgot. Her shoes had blood on the bottom of it, right?
That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Gundam.
Sit this one out, buddy. Please.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed.
Did you take pictures of them?
How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Gundam, please.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Don't bring your 4 Dark Devas into this.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this why did I start to talk like what's his name, Kazuichi? If this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Okay. Yeah, Gundam, just sit down. Blood on the souls. Look, it already had it selected for me. Easy mode.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
One of the things I had to shoot just said her feet.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that.
Consent!
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something.
I wish she would have stepped on me.
That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
I hope this is not Chris's blood.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Yes, Chiaki just said this, but she didn't, like, explain every single detail. So dumbass fucking Gundam came in here and was like, you are confusing me. And Chiaki's like, I don't know how else to tell you, buddy.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye. Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
All right, hold on a second. I need to come over here because usually in the VODs that I upload for YouTube, I put one of my little Twitch emotes, a little armadillo doing like a shocked face or like a holding up a trophy or like a crying face when somebody dies. But I need to go ahead and just like, I need that for a thumbnail shot because I need to like, and hold on, I need this in here. Hold on, I need to hide everything else so I can have this for the thumbnail shot because, you know, I need to think about this a little more as I do it. Where's my, there. There we go. I'll just take a little screenshot of that later. Because Gundam, what the fuck, dude? Send this, oh, I will. I'm prepping all of my spell slots.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
Oh, there he is. He said the thing again. Also, was that him trying to imitate me? That's kind of really funny.
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Gundam, you're one of my favorites, buddy. Just take the L here.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Oh, so what am I, a fucking clown for you? You think I'm funny like a fucking clown? Alright, let's cut this man down. Alright, smudge on the floor, probably.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never... Did you see a nice nightmare?
I can't back down!
Oh, wait, don't I have to click? Alright.
As long as Ibuki's body has no open wounds, there's no doubt that that blood is Hyoko's.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, but it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your... You should feel poor. It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Damn, dude. This is actually kind of a hard, thing.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, but it's possible that the pillar still had blood. However, you cannot step on... You should feel... It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Damn, I literally can't get that last one. I just have to mash, dude.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes, and it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar. You should feel proud. It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
What the fuck? I'm literally mashing. Is it because the thing is rotating?
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes, and it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Fuck, I cannot get this.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes, but it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
There we go. Fuck me. Wait, what? The word from earlier was... Wait, looks like I have to be pushed back on purpose?
But it's possible.
Wait.
However, you can... It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60%.
I've never had this actually happen. All right, hold on.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's... Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Wow, you know...
Allow me to cut through those words.
That's actually interesting, because I saw that earlier, and I'm like, oh, that seems like a good place to present.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
And then we moved forward, and I thought we were good. But, interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess technically I didn't take any damage from that. It just was long and drawn out, and I kind of wish Gundham wasn't being such a fucking idiot.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
Yep.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yeah, and you wouldn't... Who do I oh, Mikan, definitely. Don't spoil, but I'm like 99% sure it was Mikan.
It'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Is that true?
Aside from Mikan, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
I mean, I guess so. If the heart isn't beating, the blood isn't flowing, so therefore it wouldn't be seeping out. It wouldn't be spurting out, right?
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's correct.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Cool, we just spent like 40 minutes.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Yeah, fuck you, Gundam. Yeah, it took me 40 minutes to get to the point that I brought up like first.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Gundam, please.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Thank you.
Now then, let us resume our debate.
The debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Oh?
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
But didn't Monokuma already explain that there isn't an accomplice this time and that there is a single blackened?
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
All right, listen, Gundam is like my favorite character who's still alive right now. I love him. It's just he's being a fucking idiot right now. Okay.
Unfortunately, that means there's no blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
I mean, to be fair, he'd do it anyway, right?
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
She was suggestible. She could have been told to do it, right?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
Gundham is my favorite. He's the only one who I've actually maxed out like the relationship with. Like I speed ran his like as fast as I could, basically.
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
And please, somebody just remember what her symptoms
But
were.
if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
All right, cook Chiaki.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of
Yep.
Hiyoko's body soon after means...
It means somebody else had to expose the body, right?
the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
See, I thought about that, but I don't think that's the case.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
I don't know. She could have been into it. She could have known how to get out of that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
Yep.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
We've unleashed him.
What the heck? There's still one more issue on my mind.
I mean, to be fair, like if you're in a murder trial, you should be glad that there's a murderer among you, right?
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
All right, let's go. Huh?
According to that video you saw, then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
Didn't have to. Despair disease.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
I'm not the ultimate hypnotist, you know.
So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
Mikan, you had the most access.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Okay.
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
No, Santiago, this is a first-time playthrough.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Shouldn't.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
Yep.
What time did Hajime see that video?
Right before the Monokuma morning announcement,
I
right?
saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement.
No.
And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki,
Yes.
that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Not quite.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
She looks nervous.
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Thank you. Somebody in the chat put the looking at your nails emoji for Sonia. You know what I'm talking about, right? All right, Sonia's account, Mikan's account. What was...
We can
Hold on. What was Mikan's account? Right up until the Monokuma announcement, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital... Okay, so that's just her... It doesn't say anything about her resting. Thanks, Luca. What else is there? Hiyoko is distraught. Okay, so that's from Hiyoko from yesterday. My chat is just full of like the little nail polish emojis. I love it. What are my other... All right, hold on.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
What's Fuyuhiko's account? After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater in Electric Avenue. They didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Okay. That's going to be a maybe.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I was meditating, me too.
Everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
I mean, it technically is.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
The murder supposedly happened before and during. Person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
Is it gonna be Mikan's?
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Oh shit,
No,
that was
that's
right.
wrong.
I'll take it. I just kind of guessed there, but
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
okay, I was thinking about that wrong then. I was thinking Mikan's alibi in that I'm thinking way too far ahead and trying to disprove it when it should have been like nobody has an alibi. Wait, she does.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
This is interesting because it could throw everyone off of Mikan, but it could also have us start talking about Mikan to pick her apart a little more. I think Nagito might notice something here.
We even woke up together that morning.
He goes like, fucking hell again?
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Yo, you missed out, Kazuichi.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagito's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
Then she went to sleep and ushered us away into the lobby.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
Damn it.
It's better if we think about it like that.
No.
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Mikan was like, let's talk about anything about me but the murder. I fell asleep on top of him. Ooh.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I don't know.
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
No, let him cook, actually.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? What kind of trap is it? Are we at the halfway point already? Oh, wow. That went by really quick. This hasn't even been an hour yet. Well, it's... Oh, oh, I get to do some voice acting. This part isn't voice acting.
Why, hello there, Monami! The mothballs sure look tasty today, or is it mothballs? I never quite know.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss or mothballs. And here's some chance time! What? What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. First, you have to capture the Avatar. Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. Or both, if we're going with the moss and moth thing again still. That's 99% your fault. While you are whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on. If your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
And scene. I did get to do some voice acting tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Alright, well. Oh shit, I forgot.
Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
See, I was spot on with the Monami voice.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No, this definitely cannot be allowed.
No!
That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Let me just save again. I know I just saved, but I'm just gonna do it again. You know what? Fuck it. A second time. Why not? There we go. Thanks, Monami. I needed that. All right. Midpoint of the trial. See you in the next VOD, people, I guess, on YouTube.